show you the oldest one. It's got some damage to the bottom. Okay, so back in the comfort of the van, the weather was pretty rough, and normally that'd be really good for fossils, but the weather wasn't great, and nor was the fossiling. But we found a few little bits here. Just got a handful of kind of little pyrite ammonites there, a couple of shells. That's more like a print, that one, and that one's like the whole shell. That's a shell there on the edge of what looks to be some of the beef rock, which kind of looks a bit like fossilized wood, but it's definitely not. There's a belemite, and then we do have this little just blob of what looks like some kind of irony material, but it just looked interesting, so I've grabbed it for now. It's not a bad ammonite, that one, just kind of interesting more than a specimen as such, but definitely has some bits broken off of it, but a good part of it left in the middle, and you can see the size potentially, and maybe even bigger. And then one more shell, which is kind of nice because we got both sides of it. You can even see where it's shut there, so all the detail's been captured as this is fossilized. Yeah, nice little piece, that one. that bug thing. A little bit weird, it's something. And then all of those in that. And about a metre stretch. All those just down there.
Go fast.
Right, we've been out fossing all day, but we're not quite done yet. We're going to have one more hit today. It's actually 1:30 in the morning. Like I say, we have been out all day, but we've been waiting for the tide to go back out, and it's took a while. We're over at Lyme Regis tonight. Normally we'd do this in Charmouth. We've had quite a bit of success in nighttime fossil hunting and under torchlight. So we thought, for once in a decade, we'll come and actually do it in Lyme Regis and see how we get on. So I'm armed with a litre of chocolate milkshake and a couple of high-powered torches, and we'll see what we find. Okay, so we just got back from the little fossil spot at Lyme Regis at the end of the seed kind of defence area. An unusual mixed bag of bits today, so did find some okay fossils, a good variation actually of individual little bits, but we actually found some old coins, some bottles, just various bits of junk. So in here there's a fairly old bottle, probably just from the 60s, maybe the 50s or something. But still intact, which is cool. So it's come out of the landslide, survived the cliff fall, and then being washed around in the sea. A couple more bottles here. I don't know what that is, but and just a jar. But again, just collected it for now, just because it was complete. You know, it's fell out of the cliff, like I say, and then survived being washed around in the sea. starry kind of thing there. Ship them. Another little jar there in one piece. There's a few more bottles, and that one's probably the oldest one. It's got some damage to the bottom, but it still stands up. It's quite a nice colour. Another one of those shipment jars. This one actually in quite nice condition. It's a little bit smaller than that other one. And a more modern bottle stop. It must be made out of quite good glass because it's barely got a scratch on it. So that's all come out of that Victorian up to the 70s tip at Lyme Regis, and more for what we were actually here for some bits we were looking for, and then some other just cool bits we've obviously found as well. There's an old coin there, 1959. That one's quite clean, so you can kind of see it. One more coin there, but it's quite mucky, that one. Try and clean it up a bit and see if there's anything readable left. But it looks quite fused with corrosion and junk there, so we'll have to see. Found lots of these little fossilised shells. So these aren't just, you know, like a seashell you find, but an actual fossilised one. A few ammonites. That one's still a bit mucky, but that clay might pop out in the middle of there. It's an imprint of a shell, or I think a thin quartzy fossil shell there actually on that piece of rock. Have a nice ammonite there, set on some pyrite. I kind of like these ones that have their own little display stand with them. That's a really nice one, that. It's in there, just fused in there. This here, it's a piece of crinoid. They're called sea lilies, although they're not actually plants. A marine invertebrate. That's part of the stem. They're like star-shaped sections. We have a different ammonite here. I don't know the proper names of the ammonites, but I just call these smooth ones. That's probably my favourite ones, to be fair. Quite a nice one, that. There's a glass bead there. Again up the rubbish dump. It's quite a nice fossil shell. Still good in 3D as well, and you can even see the little join where it would have opened. So a bit like a clam or a mussel today. It's a nice find, that one. It's a bit different. A couple of marbles. Gone a bit frosty, being battered in the sea. There's another shell there. You can see this one's gone very quartzy. You can almost see through it with a light. Some really nice details left on that as well. And it is all actually there. That crushed part is part of the shape there, it seems. Another nice pyrite ammonite. This one's got kind of a rusty patina to it, but nice detail on that one. And then there's a little one in the back. This I'm not sure about yet, whether that is a piece of bone or just wood or something, but it's definitely fossilised. I'm sure it's not just a modern day piece of coal, but I'll clean it up and we'll see. But it's all running in one direction. Out of curiosity, I'll pick that up, so we'll try and find out. A classic Belemite, just nice and pointy, that one, so I just picked that up for an example. No shortage of that there. Have a nice little kind of montage of Ammonite bits and a nice little one in there. Back's got some bits on it again. And then more of the same. Although that one there is kind of cool again. What would have been kind of a much bigger one there. And on the back there's another little one separate. Looks like a couple of bits poking out, and then a real small one there as well. Kind of captured quite a bit of, you know, a moment in that fossil there. Not bad on that side. So quite a few little pyrite ammonites, nothing big, but for Lyme Regis it's quite good. We don't normally have that much luck there. I'm not sure what these are, but I think they might be part of a Belemite guard part, maybe the back of it, but I'm not sure. Definitely something. Just need to work that out when we get home. Oh, so there's a better ammonite there. It's quite a nice one. I actually found that moving rocks for once, so I don't tend to get too involved in digging through rocks and moving stuff around. I find normally you can find nice bits just kind of lying around, but it goes to show as well, if you do start rooting around you can find things, but it's where do you start and where do you stop. That's quite a nice one, that. I think that's just a section of ammonite, but there's definitely something. There's some details in there. I think just a part of an ammonite, a segment maybe. Another sharp piece of Belemite, must have just not long come out of the clay. Oh, this is quite interesting. So, the base of a bullet there, a spent bullet, we'll just say as well. Goes to show what comes out of the tip there. So it's probably again from the 50s or 60s, I'd imagine. That there is a kind of reverse print of an ammonite, if you like. So we've got that big one. That's obviously where the mud, or where the mud is settled on there, and then obviously this is broken apart. Maybe the rest of the ammonite was there, I don't know, but that's definitely just the print there. And some more pyrite ammonites, some pretty nice little ones. There's another nice shell. And that one there. And these ones we won't put down on the floor because they'll get lost. We've even got, just to prove we were looking hard, some tiny little ones there as well. There's actually a couple of nice smooth ones here as well. So all in all, not a bad kind of haul really. Be nice to find a few larger ones, you know, that's still not a very big ammonite, but when you're only looking for kind of pyrite ones, I'm not one to go there busting open rocks. Probably need to get honed in on that a little bit more, but to be fair, I just enjoy kind of picking up the pyrite ones lying around and whatever else kind of we can find. And as you can see, you can find, not that any of this is useful, but kind of interesting to have found an old bullet there. Probably get the writing off that as well if I tried. these old coins as well, always nice to find things like that. As I say, that one's got a date of 1959 there. I don't know if it's a sixpence or, yeah, I think that's a sixpence. I see a young Queen Elizabeth on the back there. It's had a hard life, that coin though. But we'll clean it up because it's not a value, so we can scrub it up and see how good we can get it to look, just to see a bit more detail maybe. And wherever that other one went, that one there, I think that's probably a no hope of that, but you never know. We'll soak them in lemon juice for a while, and I'm sure that will give us an indication of whether anything will be readable. But yeah, nice little collection of bits there. Like I say, more often than not, these shells I find quite commonly at Lyme Regis when we go there. And then a few pyrite ammonites, but that's actually quite a good selection for Lyme Regis in my opinion.